Hey everybody, Tony Goldhart here yet again, the Barda Bosque, and today we are getting into something. I just got a new instrument recently and I have to do a little bit of work on it. If you look at it right here, look at the action on that. That action is insane. This is my pinky here. That's how much action there is. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be breaking out some of my light luthier skills, and I'm going to be taking out the saddle, which is this piece right here, because that's where it is. If I look over here on the nut, the action isn't that bad, but then the closer over here you get, the worse it gets. So I'm going to take out the saddle and I'm going to sand it down a little bit. I'm going to be doing it by hand. I do have some really rough grit sand, so I'm going to have to do it by hand really quickly and then go over it again with probably a nail file, something that's a little bit better, more fine grit, so that way I can drop this back in here. I'm going to try and take off just a tiny little bit. I'm not 100% sure on how much it should be, so I'm just going to have to probably like scratch it down a little, check it, scratch, check, and then keep on doing that probably 3 or 4 times until I get it to exactly where I need it to be. Other than that, this guitar is actually pretty good. This is a Lucida LG 510, and it's pretty good. I like this one. This one is a classical style, but it does have a pick guard, which kind of threw me off, but whatever. I got this thing super cheap, so I'm happy to make some adjustments to it because, again, it didn't cost all that much, so adjustments are good. It'll give me time to practice my stuff, so I'm going to go and start sanding this thing down, and I'll be back once I get it down to about the right size. So I've sanded it down. I may or may not have done it a little bit more than I should have. See, if you look right there, it's definitely down, but I think I might have done it just a little bit too much, but I think it should be just fine. The action itself is actually looking pretty good, so I'm going to tighten this up and put it in tune and see if it feels better. If I did it too low down, then I think I might need to order like another saddle. But as far as I know, it shouldn't cause too much of a problem. It's still above the bridge. Yeah, so it should do its job. I'm going to tune this up, and then I'll be back, and then we'll see what it sounds like. I'll just play like a couple of little things because I basically untuned it so that I could slip this bit out here, so that way it would be easy. And instead of having to redo the entire strings, I just loosened them. And one of the other things that I forgot to say is to put a mark on the back side, on this side, or this side, it doesn't really matter. Just as long as you mark one side and remember which way it's supposed to go. And on the top part, there was some grooves. I don't know if those were initially there, or if those just happened, from after playing and kind of made its own groove. But keep the grooves on the top and keep the marked side on the side that you remember that it's marked at. So do that. I'm going to tune this up, and then we'll see what's up with it. Alright, so it is tuned up. I just tuned it up right now, but it still feels like there's something off. The 2 middle strings, actually, upon looking at it more, I think that those 2 are actually the same string. Because normally with the nylon set, you'll have 3 straight nylon strings, which are the treble strings, and then the 3 bass strings are going to be nylon, but they're going to have nickel or steel, something else wrapped around it, wound around it. So the inside is nylon, but the outside is metal. These 2, both of them in the middle, are both nylon, which makes me think that the lowest of the nylon strings was doubled up. So I'm probably going to have to change out the strings on this. But as far as the bridge, I think it's okay for right now. I may need to go back and do some like fine tuning on it, just like grind it down just a tiny little bit. I don't have very much space to grind down on it though, because it is getting close. So maybe I'll need to get a new bridge. I don't know. I'm hoping that changing out the strings and messing with that a little bit, and after a while maybe it'll start to settle and fit into the way that it's supposed to. But as for right now, I mean, it sounds a little off, but it still sounds a lot better than it did. And this is a lot better. Fretting down here towards the body, it is way easier. Before I would put my fingers down and then my fingers would slip underneath like that, but now I just put it down and it's fine. As far as I can tell, it's fine. We'll try and play a little something. Yeah, I'm gonna need to switch out the strings on here, probably play with this bridge a little bit more. Actually, I haven't even slid it all the way in, I just kind of put it there. I'm gonna have to kind of like mess with that and get that all figured out, but it's a learning experience. Good thing is this guitar cost me about like $9. Shipping was a different story though. Altogether, this thing was probably like 30 bucks, 40 bucks maybe with tax, shipping, everything, which is a sweet deal, especially for this. I mean, it's a nice guitar, I really like it, but I already knew that I was gonna have to do some work on it. So I'm gonna kind of mess around with this for a little bit, and I will be back for the next video when I'm back for the next video. See you in the next one.